Okay, so first and foremost, the timetable. This week we had lecture on Tuesday and lab on Thursday. Next week this switches because we're no longer in this room next Thursday, but we're in the auditorium, so it's better to have the lectures there. Exactly why this is this is how it was. The rooms were divided, so that's it. So next week we will have a continuation of this lab in B211, and the next lecture will be then on next Thursday. And then this room is vacant for you if you want to do some group work or whatever, but that will be without any teachers available at that time.
So that's kind of like a lab?
Yeah. Well, it's more like you meet up and have discussions if you have need for it, and that room will be there for you, basically. Okay, so where should I start with this? Yeah, unfortunately I didn't change the number there, it should be 2020, but it's exactly the same task, so it doesn't really matter. We'll start off a bit easier than the demonstrations you saw, so that's a natural thing. Today we're basically going to get OpenGL up and running, install the necessary things, update drivers, so on and so forth. And we are going to also we're going to put up projects from, once you get it up and running, we're going to put up this first project from scratch. Later labs, we will use Gmake to do some of these things for us, but just to get an idea about how you set up these projects from scratch, we're going to do that here. So first and foremost, get things up and running, and then we're going to download some packages which is needed, which is called GLFW. It's basically something that makes it possible to open Windows and interact with your graphics on any sort of platform. So you don't need to think about how to do these things. Basically, you program the same things on all computers after this is. Oops. Yeah. Then you have this glue package, which is basically something that keeps track of OpenGL extensions. And this last one is a math library. We will not use this one today, but once we're into this downloading business, we can might as well just take it down. So you will find at the end of this document, you will find the links where you can download these different packages. And it's important that you download the binary files, and that you also have the number of bits that corresponds with the operating system, so that should be checked. All these procedures are given here, one for Windows and one for Linux, basically. So one should just follow this point by point. Yeah. And once you get this up and running, there is a CPP file available on GitLab, which should be lying on the wiki here. So if you scroll down to the bottom there, you will find these files. So instructions, this is the document I just showed you here. And here is main.cpp, which you will try to run just to test if everything works as it's supposed to. Now when it comes to installing drivers, there is some information on Ubuntu here, in this link. And we also have how to check for supported OpenGL version. That's a thing you have to check, so it's 4.3 or above. You have some information here. I also added this document for Windows users on how to update drivers, either directly if you have this if you have Intel, or if you have some additional graphics card you download from NVIDIA. You just follow these instructions, and then hopefully things will be up and running. Basically, so it's telling you where to go to figure out also which version you're running, and so on and so forth. So just look at that document to upgrade your driver. Okay. Yes, and then once everything is up and running, you will run this CPP file, and if everything goes as planned, you should get something. Let me see. Like this. You get an executable where you find this is also you are given information on that in this same document. And if you run this one, you basically get up this simple, nice colored thing here, where you get this window here with the OpenGL version you're running. You also have this hello OpenGL up here, and you get this white triangle on a pink background. The next level is to basically play a bit around with this code, try to understand it. You may join groups and discuss together to figure this out, so it's nice to sort of try to interpret what this is. A lot of the code, or 1/3 of the code in the beginning, has to do about setting up these libraries you download, and making, putting up a window, and so on and so forth. Yeah, another thing here, when you have this up and running, once you press escape, it should go away, basically. And then once you get that up and running, you will play a bit around with the code to try to generate something like this, for example. So here there are multiple triangles with a different color in the background. So that's basically the first task. So it should be, once you get this up and running, it should be quite okay, I think, to do this. Another thing which I may inform you about now is, yeah, once you get to drawing this triangle, you know that the coordinate system that OpenGL uses, let me see, basically, oh,
there are no markers here.
okay, great. Anyway, I can try to find it. Okay, I think you can do, I will get some markers so I can draw something here, but you may just start the task, try to do these things, and I'll get back to you about how this coordinate system in OpenGL is configured, and how you set colors and those sort of things, or background colors. Okay.